Okay, so this is a revision on sets, and we'll get through this. Okay, list the elements of these sets. The first one is A intersection B, what A and B have in common. So A and B have 5 in common, and they have 7 in common. So the answer to part 1, which is A intersection B, is 5 and 7. Now, part 2. Everything that's not in A intersection B. Okay. Now, when doing these questions, you could actually just probably draw it out. Would probably be the best bet when you're doing them. Okay. So just undo this for a second. There we go. We can just call this A and B. Okay, and we can have the outside as U. We can say is that 5 and 7 is the intersection, and we can say that 1 and 3 is in A, and 8 and 9 is in B. And the following numbers haven't been used yet. 2 hasn't been used in between 1 and 10. 2, 4 hasn't been used. 6 hasn't been used. And 10 hasn't been used. So list the elements of these sets. Everything that hasn't been in A union B. So A union B, everything that's not in it is A union B complement. So everything that's not in it is going to be 2, 4, 6, and 10. Okay. And as we can see, there's two answers, 5 and 7 for the first one, 2, 4, 6, and 10 for the second. Okay. So we're correct, and on we go. Next one, copy out this Venn diagram and shade in everything that's not in A complement intersection B. Okay. So A complement, if you will, is everything that's not in A. So A complement is everything that's shaded in blue. Okay. Now, it also has to be in B. So we're going to shade the part that's B in red. Okay. So it's where the blue and the red intersect is what's both of them put together. Okay. So all we got to do then is just rub it out. And what we're left with is we have to have blue and red. So both sets have to be here at 1. So the answer will be this part here, okay? And that's the shaded in part. This part here. Okay? Everything that's not in A intersection, everything that's not in A intersection B. Now, next one. Okay, so what we're going to have here, if we will, is we're going to have, what's it, 2 sets. So set 1, set 2. We'll call them A and B, and they're inside the box U. Okay, so X and Y. X and Y. Okay, so the first one is the cardinal number X is 28 and the cardinal number Y is 34. Since we don't know what the intersection is, let's call this a letter. Okay, and the letter we'll call it, because X is already used, we'll call it A. Okay, so call this capital A. Okay, so the total number in X is 28, so it has to add up to 28. So 28 minus A plus A adds up to 28, because there's 28 numbers in X. Okay, 28 numbers in X. Likewise for Y, there's 34 numbers, so this is going to be 34 minus A, because when you add them together, A plus 34 minus A gives you 34, and there's 34 numbers in Y. Now, what we know about the outside is that X union Y equals 43. Therefore, there's going to be 7 on the outside. Okay? So what we know is that the 3 of these added together have to give you 43, because that's in everything. Remember, everything that's in X union Y is everything in the green barrier. Okay? Everything inside of here. Okay? So what we're going to get is 28 minus A plus A plus 34 minus A equals 43. Then we're going to add the two of these together, 28 plus 34. So 28 plus 34 gets you 62. 62 minus A equals 43. A therefore is 19. So the first answer is 19. Okay? Now that that's 19, what we know is that this is 19, therefore this here has to be, we'll just fill in the numbers like this. We'll fill in the numbers in red. Okay? That makes that 19, which makes this 9, and which makes this 15. Okay? So 34 minus 19 is 15. Okay? So just have a quick check of our answer here. C part 1 is 19, so we're on the right track. Okay? Now, next one. The cardinal number of x less y. Everything that's in x that's not in y. And the answer to that is going to be 9. Everything in x that's not in y is this blue barrier here, okay? Cannot be allowed into y. So what we have is the answer is 9. Just check this one out as well. Answer is 9. Okay, next one. X union y complement. Okay, so x union y complement. X union y complement. Okay, so x union y complement. So everything that's outside of x union y, and we can see that that's 7. Go and check this answer here, and it's 7. Okay, next one. Everything that is not in x complement, the cardinal number of x complement. Everything outside of x. Okay, so everything inside of x is going to be in the blue barrier, and everything outside of x is going to be 15 and 7. So 15 plus 7, which gives us 22. Okay, so everything that's not in x, and its answer is 22. Okay, so that moves us on to this part here, which is question 2, and we'll go on to question 2 now. Question 2. Based on the given Venn diagram, write down the elements in the sets. Okay, so A is going to be 2, 3, 4, 5, and 7. Number 2, A less B, which means everything that's in A that is not in B is going to be 3, 5, and 7. Remember, A less B is everything that's in A that cannot be in B, which is this part here. Sorry, just this part here. Okay. Next part, part 3. A complement. Everything that's outside of A. So everything outside this red circle. So A complement is going to be 1, 6, 9, 10, and 11. Okay. Next part after that is A union B complement. Everything that's not in A union B. Okay. So A union B in brackets complement. So write a bracket around A union B, and it's everything outside this. Okay. So it's going to be 1 and 9. So let's just check our answers here. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 3, 5, 7. Yes. And the next one is 1, 6, 9, 10, 11. Yes. And 1 and 9. So we've gotten all these correct and ready to go. Next part. 50 soccer fans were asked which of the 3 soccer matches A, B, and C they had seen over a given weekend. 5 said they'd seen all 3 matches. Okay, so to do this question, we're going to have to draw our Venn diagram. Okay, so our Venn diagram will look something like this. Okay, and we'll draw the outer barrier here. Okay, we will call this A, B, and C. 5 have said they've seen all 3 matches. That would be 5 in there. Have seen all 3. 16 had seen both A and B. A and B means 5 and plus this has to equal 16, so it's going to be 5 plus 11. 15 had seen both B and C. So B and C has to add up to 15, which makes this 10. 8 have seen match B only, which is going to be 8 up here because it's B only. Okay. A total of 23 had seen match C, and a total of 25 had seen match A. 2 people did not see any of the matches. So you have 2 people outside here. Okay. Tick. Draw a Venn diagram to illustrate this information. Then answer these questions. How many people had seen match B? So the amount of people that had seen match B would be, let me see, 11 would be 11 plus 8 plus 5 plus 10. 19 plus 15. And that gets us 34. Okay, so let's just check out our answers. Okay, so this is 1B. Okay, 34. So we're right so far, okay? Next part. Part 2. How many people had seen both match A and match C, but not B? Okay? So what we know about the 3 matches is there's 2 people outside. That means that A union B union C, that equals 48 people. Okay? And what we know is that A union C, so everybody who's seen A and C has to add up to 48 minus the 34 here. So we know that A union C, A union C, how many people that have seen A and C but haven't seen B? Okay, so A union C, so the people who are in A union C but are not in B, who haven't seen B, so it's going to be A union C less B. That's going to be equal to 48 minus 34. And that should get us an answer of 14. Okay? So we know that 14 people are in here. Okay? So if we call this X, okay, because how many people have seen both match A and match C, but not this is what we're looking for in this question, okay? Now, since 23 have seen match C, what we can do is we can figure out what this one here is, okay? So 23 people have seen match C, okay? So it's going to be 23 people minus 10 minus 5 minus X. And that is going to be 8 minus X. Okay. And 25 people have seen match A. So this is going to be this red box here. And this red box here is going to be 25 minus 11 minus 5 minus X. And what this will give me is 25 minus 16. It's going to give me 9 minus X. Now, what we know about this blue area here, this is the people who haven't seen, these are the people who've seen A and C, A or C, but haven't seen B. What we know is that that equals 14. So we know that 9 minus X plus 8 minus X equals 14. So what we can do then is add 9 and 8 together to get 17 minus X equals 14. Therefore X has to equal 3. So this number in here, which was X, equals 3. So this answer here is 3. How many people had seen match A only? It was 9 minus X. It's now 9 minus 3. And that's going to get us 6 people. So 3 and 6 is your next 2 answers. 3 and 6 were correct there. And now we're on our next example. Okay. Next question. In the given Venn diagram, show the number of elements in each of the sets A, B, and C. Use the Venn diagram to write down A union B. So A union B is going to be, let me see, everything in basically this patch here is A union B. So we're going to get 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay. Next patch. Oh, it wants the cardinal number. Okay, so please remember what the cardinal number means. Okay, it means how many elements. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the actual answer for part 1 is 6. Okay. Now, the actual answer for part 1 is 6. Now, next one. A union. How many people are in A union B but aren't in C? So what we do is we draw around C and draw around A union B. So there's going to be 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That's 3 people. Okay. So our first two answers are 6 and 3. Okay, use a good sign to check if you're on the right path. Tree A being 27 and 11. So just give me a second. Tree A shows the number of elements in each set. So what we've basically done wrong here is between the two questions, usually elements have a point in them. What's actually shown is the cardinal number. So this means that 3 people are in A only, 6 people are in B only, 3 people are in C only. It's actually how many, okay? So for A union B, that's everything in A union B. What we got to do is we actually got to add all these together. So we're actually going to get 3 plus 2 plus 5 plus 7 plus 6 plus 4. So please remember to add them together. So 5 plus 5 plus 7 plus 6 plus 4. That gets you 27. Okay, so that was the answer in the back of the book there. So just double check with the back of the book to make sure you're on the right procedure. Okay. Now the next one is A union B less C. Everything that's in A union B that's not in C. So once again we draw around C. So we draw along C's line and then we encompass A and B. And what we're going to have here is 3 plus 2 plus 6. So 3 plus 2 plus 6, and that's going to get us 11. So the first two answers are 27 and 11. 27 and 11. So now we're on the right track. Okay, next one. Okay, is B intersection C. Everything that's in B intersection C, that's not in A. So let's write a loop around B intersection C. There's B intersection C there. And it's not allowed to be in A. So this part here is not allowed. So the only answer we can have there is 4. Okay, so the answer is 4. 4 it is. Okay, next one. A union B union C. So everything in the full thing. Okay, so what we just do is just draw a complete circle around the full thing. It's everything inside the full Venn diagram. So it's going to be 3 plus 2 plus 5 plus 7 plus 6 plus 4 plus 3. Now remember how many sectors there is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 numbers are adding together. And the answer to that is going to be 30. I already checked that and it's correct. Correct, 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 correct. Next one. 3b. In the given Venn diagram, the number in brackets represents the number of elements in that region. If P union Q is 22, this means all of this adds up to 22, and Q equals 3 times the cardinal number of P, find the values of X and Y. Okay, so what we can say is that this here all adds up to 22. This is the red piece of information, okay? So 4 plus X plus Y equals we know that this equals 22. Next one. The cardinal number of Q equals 3 times the cardinal number of P. So we know that the cardinal number of Q being the green part is going to be x plus y. So x plus y equals, and we know this part here, 3 times P. P is 4 plus x. And we got to multiply this by 3. Okie dokes. Now, let's try and figure out what's going on here. What we can figure out is that x plus y and x plus y. So we move over the 4, and we know that x plus y equals 18. Okay, or 22 minus 4. Okay, so we know that this is 18. Multiply this out. This is going to be 12 plus 3x. Bring the 12 out the other side. 18 minus 12 equals 3x. 6 equals 3x. X equals 2. Now, if x equals 2, then y has to be 2 plus y equals 18. Therefore, y must be 16. So the values in x, y are 2 and 16 respectively. Okay, x equals 2, y equals 16. Now we're on the next question. And the next question is, in the given Venn diagram, x equals 30, y equals 18, and everything outside of x union y complement is 8. What's the greatest possible value of u? Okay? So let's figure out this right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to experiment with 2 different Venn diagrams. Okay? So I'm going to draw an identical Venn diagram just underneath in 1 second. Now, this is quite a hard question to understand, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to experiment with our values, okay? So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to see what happens with the intersection. If this intersection is 0, okay, what we can say is that 30 people are in x only, 18 people are in y only, and then we can calculate the u value. The u value would have been 30 plus 18 plus 8. And this value would give us 56, I believe. A value of 56. Now, let's imagine that we actually decided to put in a intersection. So let's say there's an intersection value of, let's say, for example, 8. If there's 8 people here, that leaves 30 minus 8, which is 22 people inside this part. 18 minus 8, which is 10 people inside of here. And 8 outside. So let's see what happens with the cardinal number of u this time. Okay, so that's the cardinal number of u. The cardinal number of u this time would be 22 plus 8 plus 10 plus 8. And then the cardinal number of u this time is going to be 48. So basically what's happening here is the bigger we make the intersection number, the smaller u is. So basically as x intersection y goes up, u goes down. So that's the trend we're noticing, okay? So what we got to do next is we got to figure out what is our largest intersection value we could have, okay? So the first example would be, what's the greatest possible value of u? We've already done that. It's 56, because if the intersection is 0, it's a larger number. So remember, if this x intersection y is a small number, u is a large number, okay? What's the least possible value of u? What's the largest intersection we can have? Imagine all of 18 of y are in here. That leaves 12x here. So 12 plus 18 is 30. 30 x's, 18 y's. So this means that for part 2, the cardinal number of u is going to be 12 plus 18, which equals 30. Okay? So the second answer is going to be 30. We're just going to check out this now, make sure we're on the right path. 56 and 38. So 38, what did we leave out? We added the 12 and the 18, but we forgot the 8. So we're going to add on the 8 here, and what we get is 38. Okay, so just be careful not to leave the outside part out, okay? Next part. If u is 44, find x intersection y. So what we can do for this one is we can say that x intersection y is x. This makes x 30 minus x. This makes y 18 minus x. Okay? And we know that u is 44. So add all this together to get 44. So 30 minus x plus x. Remember the two of these belong together. Minus 18 minus x. And this equals plus 8. Don't forget the plus 8 on the outside. All of this equals 44. So what we're going to do is going to add all these together. And when we add them all together, we're going to get 30 minus 18 is 12. This here is going to become a plus x, because minus 1 multiplied by that, that's going to get you minus 18 plus x. So we're going to get plus 2x plus 8 equals 44. 20 plus 2x equals 44. And then what we can find out is that 2x equals 24. Bring the minus 20 over, it comes a minus 20. It comes 44 minus 20 is 24. X equals 12. So the intersection value is going to be 12, and there it is, 12. Okay, so that's that. Sorted.